Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a tier 10 game in my Khaba. Still going around just getting all of my games in for the super containers. This was game number 3 for me for the night. Whoop, going over the matchmaking 1 second. If I will stop clicking all over the place. Come on, stop. Stop. Alright. Going over the matchmaking, got a bunch of battleships. Got Des Moines, Worcester, Des Moines, Cleveland, Otago, and for the destroyers, a Yang and a Kiev. So, gonna go ahead fast forward this again. Kind of interesting matchmaking as, um, the kid is our only capping DD, but on the flip side, they only have a Kiev or a Yang to cap. Um, so kind of a wash. So what I'm gonna do, my basic plan in my head. I'm looking to see if my team. You notice right now, I'm not rocketing off in a direction. I'm asking my team, where do you want to go? That somebody responds back B and C, it's on. Um, Now my game plan, I have a Des Moines here. I'm expecting he's gonna eventually be able to radar C cap. So rather than push right into C, contest, and do all the things that a destroyer would normally do. Uh, I'm mainly looking just to wait until that radar's popped, and then use my guns to push that DD out. And if I can create an opening to cap like happens in the Grozavoy video that I did just a little bit ago, that's what I'm gonna do. And if you're looking, I'm pointing at the mini map because that's that's me, you know, looking at the plan, at least that I've got bacon in my head. So basically, I'm gonna come up here, um, and just wait. I'm looking if there's a battleship or anything that gets spotted. I'm just gonna start shooting, and whatever that's gonna shoot, that's great. That's something else that I can spot for my team. Um, right here, I'm not gonna push into cap like this. I'm gonna turn out and try to get safe. Got a DD on cap. Not sure which it is at this point. But I'm basically turning out. I've got my speed boost activated, and I'm basically seeing what I can see. And I end up spotting the Kiev, and I potato the shot. I don't even know. Yeah, that's me just aiming slightly too high. I don't play Russian destroyers a lot, and this is not a clean game. I do make a few mistakes here. I've got dinosaur number 2 on my lap, and he's banging on the keyboard off and on through the game, and it creates an interesting situation you're going to see in another couple minutes that's going to cost me some HP. Um, so coming up here, I'm looking. I know this Amagi's here. I kind of expect that this Kiev is going to have turned around. It just basically drop torps just to make a wish and then just turn south. Pushing a Kiev, nothing's, or pushing a Khaba, that's a no-win situation. And then I see the smoke, and it's just like, okay, all right, really? So, torp boat Khaba, here I go. Um, I'm detected anyway. I'm just gonna start shooting, whatever. Um, there's the secondary gun for the Kiev. It's going to town. Secondary Kiev, look out. Um, so I'm looking, see if there's torps coming in, and get the torp hit on the Kiev. I'm just gonna start turning out. I'm kind of expecting torps to start coming, and I get the kill on the Kiev. Uh, And unfortunately, none of those torps actually hit the Amagi. That would have been pretty hysterical to get a torp hit on that Amagi just after he repaired right here. But c'est la vie. There's the torps from the Kiev, and with speed boost, I just turn out a little bit and buy myself enough time to just clear the spread, but also they ran out. And right here, I was not. I at one point, yeah, I slowed down initially to juke shots, and I accelerated before. And dinosaur number two right here has hit the keyboard, and I did not hear that he decelerated me. So I'm zoned in right now. This guy's repair is on cooldown. I'm just like, I'm gonna be getting some fires here. So I'm really focused in on my gun work, not realizing I am dead in the water and I get hammered. And I realize right here, oh hell. And this it's just the way it goes sometimes when you're playing with a 1-year-old on your lap. Um, I mean, both of them like to play the game with me, so, at this point, it's whatever. I'm just gonna, you know, roll with it. Right here, you'll notice I switched to AP. I'm just, honestly, just done with this guy's shit, and, just gonna put that AP to work. And you see the DPM. I mean, I see a lot of Russian, destroyer videos where the guy basically shoots HE constantly at even broadside targets, and that's a misplay. The AP on these boats is ridiculously strong. Um, so, you know, that's one of the reasons why I don't like to run Demolition Expert, because I would rather be really aggressive about the my ammunition choice. I'd rather run, Adrenaline Rush and Priority Target, or some combo to that effect, rather than Demolition Expert. But again, that's just me. Um, so pushing up right here, this is just a breather period. I took a bunch of damage. I want to get some time in to heal back up. And we've got two different battleships pushing in across the cap. Um, I'm near max range. This is prime opportunity for me to get some more damage in. So, just going to town on these guys. Um, Now it looks like I'm really focusing the battleships a lot, but really, anytime that a destroyer is going to pop up, he's going to be my priority target. Um, they're one of the things that can really mess with you, especially if you get a good one that's knows how to knows how to counter a Khaba. Um, they can really make your life difficult. So when you get chances to do damage on them, prioritize them. Damage to them means so much more than 20k to a battleship. Um, so I see the Yu Yang briefly spotted in B cap. I'm calling target on him, and I'm looking to get some damage in on this guy. Now I'm not detected here. That's telling me that I've got an opportunity to do something, and I cannot gunboat. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not the best Russian destroyer player, uh, because if it's got torps, I'm gonna make it work. And I'm looking right here, and hey, let's dump my torps off again. So I am plane spotted by the Yu Yang, and I mean if this was another destroyer, rushing smoke like this is a bad play. He can just go dark and mess you up. But I know his smoke's wearing off soon, uh, so I he's gonna be vulnerable for a brief period of time. Now, why I'm turning this direction, I've got these battleships that are coming around this corner. I just landed a whole bunch of torpedoes. Uh, I don't want those guys to get a shot at me, so I'm turning into the cap away from them, and this is a really aggressive play. Uh, Probably a little too aggressive. I take a couple shots at the Wooster. I've got an Otago on the flank, and I'm trying to duck back into this island to get safe. Um, and Again, broadside target, AP time. Um, and I screw up here, and I just missed this turn. This is a misplay here. If I had nailed this turn, I might have been able to get this kill and survive. Um, but running aground like that, yeah, no, I'm dead. Um, so I know I'm dead here. I'm just backing off. I'm just juking. And I was just focused on the guns, try to get that last second fire, uh, and was able to actually gun down that Otago. Um, 9 torpedo hits. Oh boy! But wanted to point out that the real heroes of this game are the guys that they saw everything was clogged up here. They swooped down, they captured A cap, and then they're steaming right through B. This force is actually what's winning the game. Everybody up here, they're just delaying everything up here at C. And yeah, I mean, we did a lot of damage up here, uh, but these guys really took the map, and that's what's gonna drive this game along for us. Um, right now, everything's basically gonna stall out because everything in a forward position up here has died. So I'm going to fast forward it a little bit. And actually, no. Yeah, I'm just going to let it play. So this kid, I've talked in other videos about get whatever damage you can. That's what this kid's doing. Uh, he's just, you know, farming away any sort of damage he gets in on a tier 10 is gonna it's gonna pay out rather well for him. Um, so I'm not gonna that's just a smart play in my opinion. I mean, you're playing a premium to make credits and experience, and you know, get it. I mean, once the game's for sure won, you know, I'm not gonna complain about a guy, trying to make a little extra. And I'm just taking a look. This Wooster's dancing pretty good up here, but his time's is limited. And there we go. So, torpedo boat Khaba. And the game decides that, it doesn't want to load the results. There's my first two games you'll see the videos on. But 195k, 9 torpedo hits, um, 2400 base XP. Um, Decent Khaba game, results wise, but I would argue that I was too aggressive here. Um, Making that torpedo run, I would argue that if the southern flank had not won, uh, I could have been throwing the game by when I did that torpedo run. So, it looked nice and everything, but it put me in a position where, I basically was losing my ship for that amount of damage and, finishing off a tier 8 cruiser. And a tier 8 cruiser for, a tier 10 DD it's a really bad trade. Now, I did, I guess probably 70k to the Musashi, and also chunked that Azumo for 14k. Um, it's it was a lot of damage, but the case can be made. Was it actually worth it? If that game was actually close, I would argue probably not. Uh, Being able to stay alive and harass longer of the game, I would have made that damage up over the game. Um, so just something to think about when you're doing those YOLO torp runs. It feels good, but it can really put you in a predicament. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy the game, and I will talk to you guys later.